Welcome to my algebra class. We are on chapter 3, section 3, where we're going to use several transformations to solve equations. The rule is always to simplify your left and your right sides before you begin any transforming of your numbers. So we always simplify first, remove your grouping symbols, collect like terms, and then undo addition, subtraction, and last undo multiplication, division. This is actually the opposite of the order of operations. So for the first example, there are no grouping symbols, everything's simplified, so we're going to undo addition, subtraction first. We're going to undo the minus 9 by adding 9. So we get 5n equals 80. And then the opposite of multiplying by 5 is dividing by 5. And we find out that n would equal 16. So if we take 5 times 16, which is 80 minus 9, we get 71. Second example, undo the addition first. So we subtract 3, and we get 1/2 x equals 6. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2, or 2 over 1. So that'll cancel those out since they're reciprocals, and x equals 12. So 1/2 of 12 is 6, and 6 plus 3 makes 9. Number 3 is a grouping symbol in the sense the division fraction bar is a division bar or grouping symbol. So we're going to multiply both sides by 9 first to get rid of the 9. So we can get to the top, and that leaves us w minus 5 equals 18. And now undo subtraction by adding 5. And we get w equals 23. So if I take 23 minus 5, I get 18. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So that is the solution. Number 4, we have to simplify the right side. 7a and 9a can be simplified, since they're like terms, to 16a. And then to solve for a, the opposite, multiplying by 16 is dividing by 16, and we get 2 equals a. The last example, we need to get rid of the grouping symbols first. So we multiply everything inside by the 4. So we get 4y plus 32 minus 7 equals 15. There is still work to simplify the left side. The 32 minus 7 cannot be left that way. We need to write it as, take 7 away from 32, we get 25. So never transform until everything is simplified on both sides. Now we undo addition, so we subtract 25 from both sides. And we get 4y equals negative 10. And then divide by 4. Simplify the fraction, we get negative 5/2. We're ready for the paper, the assignment. So you need to make sure your paper is headed. Skip a line. The assignment is page 109, written 1 to 38. Copy number 2 down, the bottom of the page. 3y minus 8 equals 16. And we're going to undo the subtraction first by adding 8. So we get 3y equals 24. Then solving for y, the opposite, multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3, and we get y equals 8. And you can always check your answers besides looking in the back of the book. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 minus 8 is 16. Problem number 4, we have 5c plus 7 equals negative 28. Undo addition first, subtract the 7 from both sides. So we get 5c equals negative 35. The signs are the same. Add. Solving for c, the opposite of multiplying by 5 is dividing by 5. And we get c by itself, and negative 35 divided by 5 is negative 7. Problem number 6, negative 8y minus 11 equals 13. Undo subtraction first, so we're going to add 11 to get rid of the minus 11. So now we have on the left negative 8y equals, on the right, 24. You're multiplying by negative 8. The opposite is to divide by negative 8. So that eliminates the negative 8. So we have y equals negative 3. 24 divided by negative 8 is negative 3. Problem number 8. We have 2/3 p, these two lines for the fractions, minus 7 equals 17. Undo subtraction first. We're going to add 7 to both sides. That eliminates the 7's here. So now we have 2/3 p equals 24. The opposite of multiplying by 2/3, or use the reciprocal, is 3/2. Reciprocals cancel, making 1. 1 times p is p. 2 goes into 2 once and into 24 12, so we get 36. 3 times 12 is 36. Problem number 10. We have 4y over 5 equals 28. We can use the reciprocal for this. Multiply both sides by 5/4. The reciprocals cancel out, leaving y, and 4 goes into 4 once, into 28 7, and 7 times 5 is 35. Problem number 12, we have z minus 5 over 4 equals 8. We need to get rid of the fraction bar, so we're going to multiply both sides by 4. So the 4's cancel out, leaving z minus 5 equals 32. Now undo subtraction, add 5 to both sides, the opposite of subtracting, and we get z equals 37. Problem number 14. We have another division problem. 5 minus n over 3 equals 4. Here's two lines. To get rid of the 3, we need to multiply both sides by 3, since we're dividing by 3. That cancels. We get 5 minus n equals 12. This is adding 5. The opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. Be careful with this kind of problem. You still have a negative sign in front of that n, or the opposite in front of that n, equals 7. So if the opposite of n equals 7, n equals negative 7. Problem number 16, 3y minus 7y equals 28. This side can be simplified since I have two like terms. 3y take away 7y is negative 4y equals 28. The opposite of multiplying by negative 4 is dividing by negative 4. So I have y equals negative 7. Problem number 18. 2a minus 11a equals negative 27. Again, I have like terms. 2a minus 11a is negative 9a equals negative 27. The opposite of multiplying by negative 9 is dividing by negative 9. So those cancel out, and we get a equals positive 3, since the negative divided by negative is positive. Problem number 20, we have 2x plus 5 minus 7x equals 15. The 2x and the minus 7x, remember the sign is in front, make a negative 5x plus 5 equals 15. Undo addition first, so subtract 5 from both sides. Now we have negative 5x equals 10. Divide by negative 5. And x equals negative 2. (22) 0 equals p plus 18 plus 5p. We have like terms, the 1p plus the 5p makes 6p. Bring down the plus 18. So now start transforming, undo addition first, subtract 18 from both sides. So I get negative 18 equals 6p. And then the opposite of multiplying by 6 is dividing by 6. So negative 3 equals p. We have 3 times the quantity y minus 7 equals 27. We need to simplify the left, get rid of the parentheses. So now we have 3y minus 21 equals 27. Undo subtraction first, so we add 21. We now have 3y equals 48. Divide both sides by 3. And we have y by itself, and the answer is 16. 48 divided by 3 is 16. (20 equals 4 times the quantity x plus 3. Simplify the right side by eliminating the parentheses. 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times 3 is 12. Undo addition first, so subtract the 12 from both sides. And we get 8 equals 4x. Solving for x, the opposite of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4. And we get 2 equals x. Problem number 28, we have 4w minus 3w plus 2w equals 24. Collect like terms and simplify the left. 4w take away 3w is 1w plus the 2w. That simplifies the 3w equals 24. Solving for w, divide by 3, and we get w equals 8. Problem number 30, we have 32 equals 2n minus 3n plus 5n. So that simplifies on the right side. 2n minus 3n is a negative n, plus 5n makes 4n. Divide both sides by 4, and we get 8 equals n. We have 3/5 times the quantity x plus 2 equals 12. To solve this type of problem, I wouldn't use the distributive property. I'd multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 3/5, which is 5/3. When you take 5/3 times 3/5, that's gone. And all that's left is the x plus 2 on the left. On the right, the 3 goes into 12 4 times, and you get 20. Then subtract 2 from both sides and do the adding, and you get x equals 18. You have 66 equals negative 6/5 times s plus 3. Again, I would get rid of the negative 6/5 by multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of negative 6/5, which is negative 5/6. Six goes into 6 once and until 66 11. Negative 5 times 11 is negative 55. And these two reciprocals cancel, so we have s plus 3. The opposite of adding 3 is subtracting 3. So we find out that s equals negative 58. (36) 2 times the quantity b plus 8 minus 9 equals 5. We need to eliminate the parentheses first, so apply the distributive property. 2 times b is 2b. 2 times positive 8 is 16. Positive 16 minus 9 equals 5. Still cannot transform until I add the 16 and the negative 9. So 16 minus 9 is a positive 7. So undo the adding 7 first, so we subtract 7 from both sides. We get 2b equals negative 2. Then divide by 2, and we get b equals negative 1. And the last problem, 38, 3 equals 7 times the quantity h minus 2 plus 17. Eliminate the parentheses first. So 3 equals 7 times h is 7h. 7 times the negative 2 is negative 14 plus 17. A negative 14 and a positive 17 is going to be a positive 3. Undo the adding 3 first, so we subtract and we get 0. Equals 7h, and if we divide by 7, we find out that 0 equals h. That concludes the evens. Be sure you check each answer to the odds as you do it. Get help as you need it, please.